ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਸਰੀ ਦੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਡਾ ਲੌਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਜੁੜ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਮੇਅਰ ਲੌਕ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਫॉर ਜੁਆਇਨਿੰਗ
Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning, Samir and Jenny.
Mayor Locke,
Thank you for having me.
Mayor Locke, I know you just have only few minutes and you have to go to another media outlet. If you can give us some update on your yesterday's meeting with the Solicitor General.
Yeah, yesterday myself and some staff from the city, the city manager and the general manager of public safety went to deliver and talk to the minister, to deliver a letter and to talk to the Minister of Public Safety, the top cop in the province, about what is going on. We were very clear that we are facing a public safety crisis in our city, and that despite all of the actions that Surrey has taken, we need federal and provincial, and to her, we need provincial assistance, and we need it now. So we were asking for a special detail to be present, to have presence in the city, to be seen in the city, and that would be, of course, the provincial responsibility.
So that was the crux of that letter which you handed over to the minister, or there was something else as well?
Well, there was many things in the letter. I mean, really to make sure that they fully understand the crisis that we're in. They're far away from us, Samir, and I know that you and Ginny have felt it yourself, but I wanted them to fully understand how very desperate we are in the city right now. People do not feel safe in their city, and our residents, just like everybody else in Surrey and Canada, have a right to sleep at night, and right now we are not. I wanted her to know how desperate we are. This is all complicated, of course, by the fact that this is transnational crime. This is not crime of Surrey's making, and so we have an expectation that the province and her, as the top cop in the province, will take responsibility.
Madam Mayor, if you can give your opinion on how we can hold the police board accountable as far as the Surrey residents are concerned.
Yeah, that was another issue. We certainly did raise that the board is the board of the Surrey Police Board is provincially appointed. Again, that's her responsibility to make sure they're doing their job. I know, and I hear often from residents that they are not hearing from the police board, and they don't understand why. It is the police board's responsibility to direct the Surrey Police Service, and we know, at least we do not hear that is what they're doing, so they need to be much more visible as well. They do have open meetings, but it is not really in a very user-friendly space, so they need to really take a hard look at their responsibilities, and so we did talk about that. But I think the most important part was to let her know the city of Surrey has done just about everything we can think of, and if she had something else we could do, we will do it. But we have continued to support the transition from the RCMP. And in fact, I will tell you this, the investment by the city of Surrey, by the residents, the taxpayers of Surrey, has increased 71%, Samir and Ginny, 71% in the last 5 years. It's gone from 166 million to, in this last fiscal year, 285 million. That's our policing budget in the city. We have done everything from increasing the number of traffic cameras that we have. We have continued to, of course, we hired a general manager of the city that is responsible to singularly and only public safety. And
Brenda,
the reward.
Yes, Brenda, I know you are, sorry, Mayor, I know you are very tight for time. I have a question. You were removed by legislation from sitting on the board, from chairing the board. And so therefore, you are out of the loop when it comes to meetings between our police chief and the board. And the board
Yes.
has been absolutely silent, and we cannot get them out on record. My question to you is, Vancouver, through its tax base, supports 1,400 plus police officers. And us, with the same population, we're well under 900. So we talk about the budget having gone up for policing, but really, where has been the downfall that we have not kept up with policing numbers while our population has not grown?
Well, you know,
Has grown, I
it's
should say.
well, and so the city has grown. There's no question about it. And so some of that, you're right, some of that 71% increase in 5 years is also due to the fact that the previous council did not increase one police officer. If you remember, back in 2018, previous council decided we didn't need any more, and so not in that whole entire 4 years, not one additional police officer was brought into the city. But this is beyond that. I mean, we have added significantly in the past 4 years to our policing budget, and I think it gets to a point where we really have to think about how much can the taxpayer bear. And when we're dealing with something like we're dealing with, which is not of Surrey's making, and I think it's really important we always recognize that. This is transnational crime. This is not Surrey's crime. This is not even British Columbia's crime. But we are getting the brunt of it right here in Surrey. And so we have been funding this to the best of our ability. We are beyond that. It is time the province stepped up. So what we're asking for them, and I will say that the minister is on the record of saying that they will fund additional resources to cities. And so that's exactly what I was going over there to tell her.
What was the reaction? What was the reaction of the minister when you said that the board is not listening to the residents or to the general public?
Well, I didn't exactly say that, Samir. What I said was that the public is not hearing from the board. The board has not been public faced.
So what was her reaction at that time? Did she give you any kind of surety?
No, she didn't. I know she's taking the information in for the first time, so it's not, I wouldn't have expected her to give me a response, but I know they're taking that information and working it back, because also her deputy, who is the Director of Police Services, was also in that room and also well aware of the concern we have, the fear that's in the hearts of our, is that because of what's going on in Surrey, and I know that you will understand this, we are hearing stories, Ginny, Samir, you have too, I'm sure. People are starting to take the law into their own hands. I am very concerned about that. When people are not feeling safe, we cannot, and it doesn't appear that they are being protected by the police, and I think that's a fair assumption for many people. People will take the law into their own hands, and so I'm very concerned about that, and I made that very clear to
Definitely,
them.
we are not going to endorse that. But Mayor, my last question to you, there is a report came out from a Canadian think tank about the hospital's review, and Surrey Memorial Hospital tanked at that report 83rd in the list of 83rd. I mean, at the bottom of that report for the services, for the reviews by the patients or their family members or general public. How do you see that? I mean, do you think that Surrey is being neglected by the provincial government on this as well?
You know, I haven't seen the report myself yet.
I can send you that. I will send you that.
Yeah, thank you. I did hear about it. I just haven't had a chance to look at it. Was a very busy day. But I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody is. I think we all know in Surrey the wait times and the pressure points on Surrey Memorial are extraordinary. We also know that every time there's a shutdown at Delta or some other hospital, we're going to see additional pressure on Surrey Memorial, that all the transfers come here. We know that happens. So I'm very, very concerned about that.
All right, Mayor, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye now.